Welcome back to Money Mondays. I'm Dr. Nina White. If you're watching live right now, I thank you so much for tuning in. And if you're catching the replay, thank you so much for tuning in as well. Because again, any way that you are watching, listen, I'm super excited that you're doing that, right? So, I want you to get your pen and your pad, call your family and friends in the room, send a text message to someone, and say, hey, Dr. White has put another video on YouTube. So, over the last few weeks, right, we have been building together, right? We started out with the structure of the 50-30-20 rule. How many of you all remember that? The 50-30-20 rule. And that was all about giving your money direction. Remember, I got to take my swig because if you all remember me telling you all, back in September, I had a stroke and I couldn't talk. But to God be the glory, I can use my voice. But that medicine I'm on makes my mouth dry. So I got to get my swig in, okay? The other thing that we talked about was spending triggers, the habits and emotional patterns that can throw your finances off track, even without intentions, right? So listen, that was what we've been talking about. So today we're going to talk about something that I hear a lot about every single week, and that is about cash flow, right? Cash flow. What is that? That is a practical tool that we also use that is called sinking funds that can completely change how your money feels from month to month. Okay? So, you got your pen? You got your pad? Your family in the room with you? Did you send a text message? Did you call them? Hey, let them know they need to go ahead on and tune in. So, listen, first of all, what is cash flow? Right? What is cash flow? So let me clear up a couple common mistakes and understandings about cash flow. Cash flow is not about how much, excuse me. Cash flow is not about how much money that you make. A lot of people get that misconstrued, and that's not it. Cash flow is about timing. It's about the money coming in and when the money goes out. That's what it is. A lot of times we get that misconstrued, and I want to let you know that's a common mistake. That's not it. That's not cash flow. Okay? Again, as I've always told you all, I work with so many people, and I even come across so many people that feel like that they're consistently behind, right? And they want to know, like, what in the world am I doing? So we want to look closer, right? Let the issues, the issues, about it, right? It's not about the money that is earned. It's the order in which their bills are due. So that's the thing. So cash flow. So a lot of times what happens is all of our bills are due at well, our main bills, rent, mortgage, those type of things are due at the top of the month, right? The other bills fall throughout the month. And that is the problem because of the cash flow. People are like, okay, the first of the month, first third of the month, they usually have money, but boom, they can knock out their rent, they can knock out their mortgage, right? But then bills that kind of come later, utilities, cell phone, things like that. Those bills kind of come later, and then we feel stretched, right? So that's what we want to talk about. We want to dive deeper in cash flows, right? So you all know I got to keep my notes because I don't want to get off track, right? Because listen, you don't want to hear me rant. You want me to stay on track, right? So that's what we're doing. So again, like I stated, rent and the mortgage, that's at the top, right? And the utilities, again, like I stated before, they may follow behind. So you have insurance drafts that may be like automatic. You may have bills that set up on automatic draft. But again, it's about timing, right? So you're like, the paycheck hasn't hit, but the bill is due. So now what do, right? So, that throws the cash flow off, right? So then people start using other things. What are those other things? Credit cards. People start dipping into those savings, and we just structured the 50-30-20 rule. So now they're dipping into their savings. So that's another thing that's going on, right? So on top of that, they're feeling stretched like week to week. So the thing about it is that you have to take in consideration is budgeting gives you awareness, right? It gives you awareness, but cash flow gives you stability. And the thing that I truly want you to understand is we want you to be stable. We want you to be stable when it comes to your finances. That's just it in a nutshell, right? So, when your cash flow is aligned, listen, let me tell y'all something about that alignment piece, okay? That alignment, being in line, telling your money what to do, just everything. I mean, this piece of hair just don't want to do right. But you know what? We're going to make it do what it do, because this is my YouTube channel. So, that is the thing. Like, people, we want you to make sure that you're like aware and you want to be stable, right? It's important to be stable. So it's kind of difficult sometimes, right? So it's stressing you out, and things like that. So then, small expenses become stressful, because again, the big bills, you don't got no money. So the small bills definitely about to get on your nerves, okay? So the thing about it is people are like, I'm living paycheck to paycheck. Are you really living paycheck to paycheck? No, you're not. Let me tell you why. So this is the thing. Like, again, people are like surprised about certain stuff. Many people think they're living paycheck to paycheck, but they're not. It's not because they're careless with money. And sometimes we are told like, oh, you just don't know how to, you're spending your money all wrong, or you don't know how to do anything. And so they'll like, or you don't know how to manage money or something of that. So, or, you live in paycheck to paycheck. Or people will say, I'm borrowing from Peter to pay Paul. How many of y'all say that? Listen, I've even said that myself. Borrowing from Peter to pay Paul, John, Luke, and Matthew. Okay. But listen, things like car repairs and birthdays and holidays, school expenses, these things aren't all the time. So this isn't the stuff that you're thinking about. But, again, you're not being careless with the money. And the other thing is, like I stated, your expenses, these don't happen. The things I just named, birthdays and car repairs and anniversaries, these things don't happen every single month. So you're not thinking about it, right? So the other thing is like those subscriptions. Y'all remember me talking about those subscriptions back in the day? Well, not back in the day, like a couple weeks ago. I was talking about subscriptions where people sign up for something and completely forget that they've signed up for something. And then when something gets dragged out of their bank account, they say, what was this? Because you subscribed for something that was for 30 days or for 60 days. And you forgot to go and unsubscribe because you put your credit card up there. Yeah, okay. That's, okay. So this is what you have to understand. None of these things become unexpected, right? You know they're coming. You know it. You know they're coming. You just were like prepared, but not prepared. And then kind of said, oh, I got to do it now, right? So it's just that they're not planned for it, right? And it feels like emergencies. I know I'm trying to throw a lot of jokes in there because I don't want y'all to feel like you got to pull your hair out about your finances, because listen, we're going to get you on track one way or the other. The other thing is thinking about money differently, changing your mindset, how you think about money. The moment you change how you think about money, things are going to flow a whole lot differently, right? So what happens when we don't plan, right? Or when the unexpected happens? Again, the expenses show up. There's no money set aside, right? A credit card gets used. Remember I told you, use a credit card, savings account, something. Um, and suddenly the budget starts to feel tight, right? You start to feel like it's failed because you're like, hey, I absolutely started getting my things structured with the 50-30-20. Now I feel like I'm failing myself. No, not at all. It didn't fail. Just know you just didn't include it in real life. You didn't think about it. That wasn't something that you actually said, well, let me put this, this is real life. A lot of people don't think about that. And that's the gap that most of the people are missing. So it's not that I'm living paycheck to paycheck. It's just you did not include the birthdays. You didn't include the anniversary. You didn't include the car repairs. You didn't include just whatever, the medical bill. You didn't include that in your real life budget. And when it came, you said, what am I going to do? And now you're stressing. Okay. So I had a stroke. Did I incorporate my medical bills in my budget? Absolutely not. Because what would have thought that I would have been having a stroke? The loss of my brother. Why would my mother and I think, let's put this in our budget? That wasn't something that we thought about. That was unexpected, right? So I just need you to give yourself some grace. Give yourself some grace because things happen. But the reason that I'm teaching you this is to now I want you to incorporate it in your budget. Have the sinking funds account. Put the money over here. And we're talking about two different things. We're not talking about that 20% that I've been telling you about the savings. I'm talking about now you have your sinking funds. This account over here is for the unexpected. And hey, maybe you won't have to use the unexpected often, but this is for the unexpected because now you're including it in your real life, right? You're including it in your real life budget. Okay. So like again, I was telling you all about the sinking funds. It's a game changer all by itself, So this is where, this is where it comes in. So a sinking fund is simply money you set aside ahead of time for expenses you already know are coming. We know the birthday is coming. We know the anniversary is coming. If you celebrate Christmas, you know Christmas is coming. Mother's Day coming. Father's Day coming. You know these are coming. You know it, right? So, you know that you want to travel. You know your kids got to go back to school. Whatever that looks like. You know you got business expenses. Business owners, you got expenses. You're just setting aside money for when those expenses come up. You got it, right? It's absolutely nothing complicated. Stop making it complicated. Stop. Just pause. Stop making it complicated, okay? Instead of reacting, remember I was talking about that emotional piece. Instead of reacting when expenses show up, you're prepared for it, right? You ain't got to go, oh, I got to use my credit card. Oh, I got to pull off of this. I got to take an advance here. I got to go get a loan over there. You're prepared, right? And so when it's time to pay, guess what? You already put the money out. The money is already there. You just got to go to that account and, pull it. That's it. So it is no scrambling, right? It's no stress and it absolutely is no debt because you already put it to the side, right? So sinking funds smooths out your cash flow, right? They protect your savings and they stop predictable expenses from feeling like setbacks. So when you think that, again, prior to sinking funds, you feel like I had this money in my savings. I had this, the money set aside, the 50% set aside for my needs, and the 30% set aside for my wants. And then I started working on paying my debt and getting out of debt. Then I still put a little bit over here for my savings. I still was doing this. And now here comes this expense that I completely forgot was coming up, and now I got to go pull from it. Now it's just set me all the way back. No, it hasn't. No, it hasn't. Because you are now preparing yourself, and you are now putting this in your real life budget, right? So you don't have to worry about any of that. And this is one of the main reasons why people still, this is one of the main reasons why you won't feel like you're living paycheck to paycheck, because now the income it feels the same, right? It feels the same. So listen, as always, I say this, every single week, right? I say this to you all. And I hope in this short amount of time that you grasp something, right? You took something from this episode on today. You are now disciplining yourself. You're getting straight with your income. Everything is working itself out. The issue isn't, cash flow now. You're understanding, you're becoming more disciplined. And again, this is what we teach you all at M&D Accounting. So if you feel like, hey, I think I'm there or I'm getting there, but I want a little bit of help, reach out to M&D Accounting Firm. We'll be glad to help you. One of our amazing team members will be there to help you, get you scheduled, and walk you through this, right? We don't leave anyone hanging at all. Listen, our slogan at M&D Accounting Firm is building a better tomorrow for you, your family, and your business. So we're not going to leave you hanging. The tools that we equip you with, we're going to walk hand in hand with you until you perfect them. And then once you perfect them, you can now teach somebody else how to do the very same thing. So listen, hey, it's tax season. It's tax season. So if you don't have a professional that is assisting you with taxes and you need some help, you're looking for someone to be able to help you with this, with taxes this year, hey, listen, M&D Accounting Firm is always taking new tax clients, and we'll be glad to help you. We will be honored that you choose us to help you with this upcoming tax season. So listen, again, you can reach out to us at 1-877-839-7778. Call our office and one of our trusted team members will be able to help you, get you scheduled, whatever that may look like. If you need any type of accounting services, bookkeeping, payroll, listen, we are partnered with ADP. And, we absolutely love the partnership that we have with them. So if you need any services with payroll, hey, reach out to us. No amount of employees no small or large, that we can't assist you with. So definitely reach out to us for any type of accounting services. Listen, we are here to help you. We are here to help you get on that financial path that you should be on. We want you to be able to have that stress-free life, incorporate generational wealth, financial freedom, educate your children if you have them, grandchildren, godchildren. We want to educate them because it starts young, and we want to get them started right on the right path. So listen, if you have an event coming up and you would like to book Dr. Nina White to come and speak at your event, or if you have any type of seminars going on and you would like for me to teach one of the seminars or whatever, or you may be a college institution, hey, even a high school, and you want me to come and speak to your students, I would be honored. I'm telling you, I would be honored if you invite me to come and speak. If you got any type of, summer programs, camps that's going on, and you want us to come in to help get these young people minds ready to understand finances and get them on the right path, we're here for that. And I'm telling you, super excited. We also offer CFO services. Hey, listen, CFO services is Chief Financial Officer. And remember, change your way of thinking. You don't have to be a business owner to think like a CFO, okay? So again, strategies, we're talking about mindset shifting. If you want us to do come in and do a team building with your staff, whatever that looks like, let's do it. Let's connect. Let's partner together about these finances. Let's do it right in 2026. So again, you can reach out to our office. Again, our number is 1-877-839-7778. You can text us at 1-844-436-2788. Or you can email us at contactus@mdaccounting.org. If you got a question or a comment and you would like for me to answer that question or respond to your comment, send that information in. I'll be glad to help you. Again, thank you so much for tuning in to Money Mondays with Dr. Nina White. I look forward to seeing you all next week right here on Money Mondays.